We start with China-U.S. trade tensions. The Chinese Ministry of Commerce has accused the U.S. of running against the recent consensus reached by the two countries during trade talks in Washington. The ministry's remarks came soon after a White House statement on Tuesday renewed the U.S. threat to place tariffs of 25% on $50 billion worth of Chinese goods. And China's Commerce Ministry said it's surprised by the White House statement, but it's also within expectations. The ministry said no matter what measures the U.S. will take, China is confident and capable of defending its national interests, and Washington should act in accordance with their joint statement. In the joint statement issued during trade talks, the two sides pledged no trade war and agreed to take measures to reduce the U.S. trade deficit in goods. China also agreed to significantly increase purchases of U.S. goods and services. They also attached a great importance to protecting intellectual property rights. Both sides would also encourage two-way investment and create a business environment for fair competition. Our White House correspondent Nathan King reports.
What a difference a week makes. Steve Mnuchin, the U.S. Treasury Secretary, essentially said that the trade war was, quote, on hold after successful talks with China's top economic advisor Liu He and his team. Wilbur Ross is about to go to Beijing, the Commerce Secretary from the U.S., to make further progress. But then this. We were expecting the $50 billion worth of Chinese goods list to be tariffed to come out, but we thought it was on hold. But this from the White House. The United States will impose a 25% tariff on $50 billion worth of goods imported from China containing industrial significant technology, including those related to Made in China 2025 program. The final list of covered imports will be announced by June 15. And separately, the White House announcing that it's going forward with potential restrictions on Chinese investment in high-tech areas and also putting export controls on Chinese buying of that technology as well. The statement from the White House continues. The United States will implement specific investment restrictions and enhance export controls for Chinese persons and entities related to the acquisition of industrially significant technology. The proposed investment restrictions and enhanced export controls will be announced June 30th, 2018. The big question is why now has the U.S. decided to up the pressure? Is it a negotiating tactic? Remember, there was a lot of positive energy coming out. Donald Trump saying there could be a solution to the ZTE problem. That company, of course, was banned from U.S. technology and software for 7 years after breaking a sanctions-busting deal. U.S. President Donald Trump tweeted that he was ready to revive the company despite opposition from Congress. Maybe that has something to do with the new stance. And remember, China was also making moves of its own, announcing a drop in the tariff on foreign imports of cars, dropping a sorghum investigation. That's a grain that's used in animal feed. Also, regulatory approval for deals involving Qualcomm were going forward. So there was a good climate here. So is this a question of a negotiating tactic or not? It may also be that the U.S. administration has been very split on its approach to China between hawks and doves. Maybe he's playing good cop, bad cop as well to satisfy his administration. But we've seen this over the DPRK summit on June 12th in Singapore as well. It's on, it's off, it's back on, it's off. We're seeing the same thing on trade. Nathan King, CGTN at the White House.